The genre of mukbangs has blown up on YouTube. It moved away from being a creepy, guilty pleasure for many to your average YouTubers joining in, and it felt like really lazy content from your favourite YouTubers, since they would just eat a normal serving of food and talk about their lives and the new products they're about to release. But the actual pioneers of mukbangs were Koreans. It started as a way for people on the go, and those who didn't really have loved ones to eat with, they would just join into watching mukbangers eat to feel connectedness during their meal. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I would say Trisha Paytas made mukbangs a westernized thing. For a very long time she was put in a box of being the strange one for doing those videos, since she was eating a lot of food and not in the most attractive way. Is there an attractive way to eat food? Well, there you go. So one of the big reasons I think mukbangs are dark is due to a lot of them speaking about crimes, conspiracies, and people passing away through the video. One of the biggest YouTubers I found to do this was Stephanie Sue, who I've made a video on before discussing her feud with Accardo. One thing that makes Stephanie stand out from the others is that she has a new story every day, from true crime to scary stories.
They'll fall and they'll just be kind of like, they literally cannot move, right? Their neck is like this, it's so painful. Typically, it's more of a home invasion, like make you show them where all your assets are, you know? But people, like, if you're just a regular robber, on a Tuesday, like, you probably wouldn't want to invade someone's house. Like, that's the one thing. They even knock on the door to see if you're home. Like, in your system, you're kind of in and out. I heard it just burns you alive from the inside, pretty much. It is not something pleasant, okay?
But for many of these videos, the topic is horrible, sad stories of what has happened to victims. And while saying all of this, she is shoveling food into her mouth. So have you figured out why this is wrong and dark? Let's put it to a real life circumstance. How many times have you been at the dinner table with your family and someone has brought up a dark topic and one of your parents has said that it's not dinner table talk and the subject ends there? It's because meal times are meant to be about enjoying the food, not talking about horrible things that have happened to people. Still don't think it's a big deal? I'll put it like this. Imagine a woman eating mass amounts of food whilst talking about how your mum or your sister has passed away from a violent death. She talks about all these tragic life events that have happened to people whilst eating, commenting on how good the food is and then monetizing off of it. So I don't think that making videos retelling horrible things that have happened to people to raise awareness is anything wrong. But when you're doing it over food, it feels like you are trivializing what these people have gone through. I know before some of these videos, she even says she feels wrong for eating while saying the story, but she still does it. And I don't get why it isn't a bigger deal to the audience. Imagine her eating a burrito whilst talking about how your best friend has passed away. It would feel like she wasn't memorializing them correctly. It would be a different story if she was just talking about happy stories over food, or her own life, but it goes from multiple very tragic things that have happened to other people. I've seen a lot of comments congratulating her, saying that she does a ton of research and that she's a good storyteller, and sure, she may be good at it, and there are plenty of other YouTubers who would do the same, but don't feel the need to eat whilst doing it. It just feels disrespectful on Stephanie's end. This idea of consumerism on YouTube has blinded a lot of the viewers into thinking that this is normal content, when it really shouldn't be.
Ooh. Oh my god, yes. Ooh. Oh my god. Ow.
And then we have this culture of binging on food. Even from a few of these clips from multiple mukbangers, you can see how much food is set out in front of them. And for a lot of them, they eat it all. And before I get the food or body shaming comment, I think it's safe to say that it isn't a healthy or safe amount of food to eat in one sitting. And there have been rumors that some of these mukbangers actually spit out the food rather than swallowing it, which is a whole nother issue. And it's really easy for me to go with the narrative that this is unhealthy to show your young audience, but I've made this argument before. Instead, I'm just gonna say it's plain gross. How can one person gouge on food like this, and how is it celebrated? I know for a lot of people who are on diets or people who wouldn't otherwise eat the food they see, it can be cathartic watching a mukbang, or it may make you feel a little less lonely. Then okay, go ahead, but just realize that this amount of food isn't healthy and something that you should strive to eat. One mukbanger who has showcased the negative side of mukbanging is Accardo. who is is already controversial on his own, but we aren't going to get into that. Instead, we're going to look at the physical impact that this food has had on him. Before he ate the food he does now, he was vegan, and he has noted that it wasn't the best lifestyle for him. And I'm not here to shame him for not being vegan, that's Freely's job. The next part is not me body shaming him before all the sensitive ones try to cancel me, but there's no doubt that eating the food that he does on camera has had some impact on his weight gain, and he's even spoken about it. Well, more so cried about it.
What the heck happened to me? This is what I looked like eating my first burger. I eat all the food groups. I don't exclude any food groups. I eat all the food groups. And I know exactly what I'm doing when it comes to nutrition because I'm actually an expert and no one believes me, but I really am. I know exactly the sodium potassium pump and how it's executed in the body. There's an issue. But I don't know. What are you gonna do about it?
But even after all of this, he still keeps eating because there are people watching. So does the audience have some blame in this? Do they want to see him get bigger and then have another breakdown? Probably, because misery loves company. Many of these mukbangers upload daily, so that must mean that they're eating this way every day or are filming multiple sit-down eating videos in a day. This genre of YouTube has made the culture of eating unhealthy and just plain old disgusting. ASMR is another subculture within the mukbang community whose videos I genuinely don't get. The whole time I was just cringing. I can't imagine why you'd want to listen to chewing and people smacking their lips. It's mad, but I'm not their target audience. I kind of understood watching mukbangs to feel less alone and enjoying listening to people speak whilst eating, but then to take that all away and just watch someone solely eat is still mind-boggling to me, especially when the sounds that they make are just exaggerated.
I was being like super evil and like was really greedy with the food and stuff. It was actually the complete opposite.
Why didn't you tell him no? After everything that's happened in the past, I told myself I would never, ever feel like that again. I would never feel like that again.
And that's gonna follow me around for, I don't even know for how long. You know what I mean? Like, I can't make all 6 million people who watched your video come watch mine.
Who would have thought that just eating in front of the camera would lead to many dramas unfolding in that community? I feel like the most catty and clicky communities on YouTube are the beauty and mukbang community. The first big drama circulated around Veronica Wang with everyone jumping on her. This one grew to be bigger than just attacking her. Instead, there were people like PewDiePie who commented on the situation. Another notable drama was between Nick and Stephanie, which became a big moment in the realm of YouTube, with both making back-to-back videos, and it just became the story of he said and she said. One thing that I learned from that whole situation is just who the hell cares? It's so easy to become consumed by all of this and be drawn into every word they say and whose side you should be on, but in the end it won't affect your life, so stop putting energy into it. There was also the story of the mukbanger named Kate Ya, who supposedly was being held hostage and forced to do mukbang, and people gathered this by her body language since she ate quickly and had bruises on her arm. It started on forums, and then people were quick to go into a comment to start this narrative that she had been abducted. I'm pretty sure there's no final answer to this, and then people started to speculate that she actually had an eating disorder, and it was rumoured that she blocked trigger words in her comment section. But she hasn't uploaded for 4 months now, and apparently she lost a tooth in her last video. Sadly, I don't have the appetite to watch her shove seafood down her. Leon Lush made an interesting video on this. Here's a clip from that.
The same video where she has the bruise, there's a part where she is randomly tapping the bowl as she eats a big mouthful, and people believe that that's some sort of Morse code distress signal asking for help. Listen, if I was pounding down an entire aquarium's worth of raw fish, my hand would be convulsing violently too as my lymphatic system tried not to collapse. Morse code tapping on the bowl. God, I'm telling you, dude, the internet has zero chill. She later went on to pin a comment that dispels the Morse code, but people were confused because it was in quotations and written in the third person. Of course, this led to more theories of, oh my God, did her captors write this? When in reality, Kate had just copied a post someone made about it on Reddit and used the quotes to insinuate it was someone else that wrote it, which is the correct use of quotes.
But other than that, it all just went quiet. The cynical side to these mukbangers not really eating the food or hidden brand endorsements have always been a fixed comment to that community, and it seems as though you won't get a straightforward answer from those who are accused of it. So the next time you watch a mukbang video, maybe ask yourself, should I actually be doing the dishes? Anyway, thank you ever so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do, and yeah, have a great day.
Bite it. Ain't it good? Oh my god.